Welcome back to Candy's Locker Room. We are going to get into this Cowboys and Eagles matchup coming up tomorrow. The Cowboys and Eagles matchup is arguably the biggest rivalry, I would say, in NFL football. But we'll go ahead and say the NFC East. And they face off tomorrow. Cowboys sitting at 4-5-1, hoping to get back into the playoff conversation. And the Eagles sitting at 8-2, hoping to just beat the Cowboys, right? Cowboys made a couple of moves today. Sorry, I'm waiting for a few people to get in. Well, the biggest move. Kyer Elam was waived. I know a couple of people had high hopes for Kyer Elam, but this is good news for the Cowboys. It's good news for Cowboys hopefuls. Malik Davis has been signed to moved up to the 53-man roster, and that's good news. Good news for our Cowboys offense, and we're pretty loaded at receivers, but running backs, Javonte Williams has been doing a great job, but we've been looking to get a good backup for Javonte Williams. Sorry. And possibly, hi JV, possibly, well, not possibly because he's moving up, right? He's on the roster. Malik Davis is going to be our backup running back. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow, what that scheme is going to look like. I, for one, Cowboys and Eagles is a monster of its own. It's a monster of its own. But I'm looking forward to this game. I hope that, can I say this? I hope that the Cowboys win. They need this win despite getting the win last week against the Raiders. A lot of people tried to say that it didn't count. It's the Raiders, but it did count. The team needed that win, and they need to come out there collectively, have fun again for one after tragically losing Marshawn Kneeland, and just get back out there. And Dak put it best last week. That's like his place of, he didn't say happiness. I'm not gonna quote him exactly because I can't remember verbatim what he said, but he said that was his. Hey y'all. They said that I'm sorry, Dak said that that's where he felt like the most happy and free basically was on the field. So the guys definitely needed that game, that win against the Raiders, despite everyone saying, oh, it's just the Raiders. Yeah, but we still saw our players' capabilities. Despite George Pickens and CD being benched for that first drive, they came back and showed, what they can do. They're being called the dynamic duo of the league, and I'm not going to call them any different. I liked what I saw last week from them. I hope they can show us again this week their capabilities on offense. Our defense. What do y'all think about our defense? Where are you from? Wade's Gaming? Oh. Sorry. Hello, where are you from? Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Feel free to ask questions, chime in. I'm just on here talking. I don't get on live often, but I'm trying to get back into getting on live and talking some Cowboys football. I'm dressed like this because I just came from covering SMU game. Well, their game ended around 2 something today. It started at 11, but I had a ways to go afterwards. Press conference, stand up, but they got the win, 38-6 over Louisville. So shout out to SMU. Y'all are so sweet. Thank y'all. So first off, how do y'all think the Cowboys are going to fare tomorrow against the Eagles? Are we going Cowboys or are we going Eagles? I want to know. Offense, honestly, I'm not concerned about. I know a couple of people have had concerns about Dak. Again, y'all don't give poor Dak a break. You think that he's supposed to be perfect every game, and I understand when he throws an interception, it's the end of the world for the Cowboys, seemingly, right? In some people's eyes. But I think the Cowboys offense is going to be great, especially with Malik Davis moving up. That just gives us more firepower. That just gives us more power on offense. We have our dynamic duo. Them bringing George Pickens in, I cannot say thank you enough because they were double and triple teaming CD. George Pickens is a weapon that we needed. And people didn't expect George Pickens to come in and be what he has been to this offense so far. So add that on top of Javonte Williams. And when Javonte Williams needs a break, or however they choose to do our run game tomorrow, Malik Davis comes in. I think we have a solid offense. And some of those question marks that people have there aren't going to be there anymore. Our defense. How do y'all feel about the defense? Cowboys wide receivers are going to destroy the Eagles secondary. Absolutely. How do y'all feel about our secondary? I think that now I'm back up to this Kyer Elam situation today. I think that shows the faith that the Cowboys front office has in our secondary right now, right? For them to get rid of him and bring Davis up, they have to have a little bit of faith there. I'm so ready for the game. Both my sons like the Eagles, but I'm the Cowboys for life. They didn't take after their dad. See, my dad has been a Cowboys fan forever. So since I was a little girl, I have been following the Dallas Cowboys. I'm so glad that I can just scroll and remove. Good morning from Grace. It's Sunday morning here and it's raining. Oh, wow. Hi. Jalen Hurts is good against defense. No. And he likes to run against the Cowboys. The Eagles likes to run against the Cowboys, and certainly Jalen Hurts likes to run against the Cowboys. And I'm hoping that Keenan Williams can help us out in that area. He did amazing for his first game with the Cowboys. I was just looking and smiling. I know that some people are still sick about Micah Parsons and we could have had this many sacks, that many sacks, but Keenan Williams came in and did work last game. For him to be such a big guy and not like hefty, but such a big guy, he moves, and he gets to that quarterback. So I'm happy about the moves that the Cowboys have been making. Let's just see that all the pieces fall together tomorrow. I do know this about the Eagles. Every game that they have played against us since I've been watching, they love to attack the outside edges. That's their thing. On the run game, their run game is to attack the Cowboys off outside edges, and they get us every time there. I hope tomorrow that the Cowboys can stop the run, and I hope that there's containment on the edges. If not, we might have a situation. But last game, I was a little pleased with defense and them and their containment. So hopefully that carries over into this game and it just gets better. And I remember, what was that? Stephen A. did his show down here, was that 2 weeks ago or something? Anyway, Jerry Jones was saying the goal is to get better every week, right? And he said, luckily, football is something that you can continue to get better at. So I'm looking to see that from this Cowboys offense and certainly this Cowboys defense as they grow and gel together. 7 and 5 years old. Okay, maybe they just like the Eagles mascot. Keenan Williams is what we needed from the start instead of trading away Micah Parsons. I can't argue with you there. But he's gone, unfortunately. So, but I will say, even if I did cry, Keenan Williams has come in and wiped away those tears. And I don't want to speak too soon. That was just one game that I saw, but I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. I do know this too. How do y'all feel about I said how I feel about our offense. I mean our offense and our defense, but how do y'all feel about us going against Philly's defense? That's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. I feel like that's why that move happened today with Malik Davis for one. But the Cowboys, they're going to have to strike early, build a rhythm, and figure out, like, we're going to have to play fast pace tomorrow. You're not gonna be able to give Philly's defense a chance to settle. Like, we have to keep them on their toes, build a rhythm, and keep that momentum going throughout the game. Keenan Williams has put a humongous smile on my face, though. It will be a real test. Definitely going to be a test. The secondary doesn't scare you. O-line has to be ready. Keyword. The O-line has to be ready. How do y'all feel about the O-line? Do y'all think that they're prepared for tomorrow? I don't know. I have a little more faith in our defense now, but them averaging 29.3 points a game, giving up 29.3 points a game, that's not going to work tomorrow. Like, they have to stop Philly's defense off rip. Offense tackles need to focus. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Sorry, I have my computer here too, so I'm not just looking down, ignoring y'all. I'm on here looking at the chat too. We almost beat them the first time if CD didn't have so many drops. And that was just a bad game. And GP didn't have the chemistry they have now. Exactly. I feel like the team's chemistry has skyrocketed so far this season. Now I'm glad that we didn't have to see that. Wait till the very last game this season to see that. We need that now. And the Cowboys making the move that they made today, again, the Malik Davis roster move, I think that's huge. That's the George Pickens, the Keenan Williams, Malik Davis. I think that they are showing us they're not willing to just sit back and watch things happen anymore. Let the Cowboys season just fall apart. And Jerry Jones said that last week. I'm sorry. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I've been really busy. But when Stephen A. show came down to Arlington and Jerry Jones was on there, Jerry Jones said, "Hey guys, I know what you're asking me. You're asking me if I'm just going," and this was before the trade deadline, like right before the trade deadline, right before we got Keenan Williams. And Jerry said, "I know what you guys are asking me. You're asking me if I'm just going to let this season basically fall apart. Let the team fall apart." And he said, no. I've what I gather was Jerry had some tricks up his sleeve, and we've seen those. So that makes me optimistic for this season because it's not just a case of, hey, we'll see who we can get next season. We'll build this chemistry and we'll work on getting this team better for next season. I feel like they're actively working in season and getting us those key players that we need. Hi, Marvel. Okay, I'm going to read some of the comments here. Dean says, need to replace Steele. What do y'all think about that? Nice says our defense with Elam, Sanborn, and Murray locked up those two Pro Bowl receivers. Yeah, yeah. I can't argue with you there. Now we have way better defense. Mm-hmm. GP a dog. Absolutely. I enjoy seeing George Pickens play. I truly do. That is the type of receiver we need to complement CD. Like they complement each other so well. I love to see them play. I really have enjoyed this season. Dak is lights out at home, especially against the NFC East. Do you mean that in a good way or a bad way? So you think, what's up? Jerry Jones kept his word. He did keep his word. So he's been saying for the past couple of years, the Cowboys are going all in. The Cowboys are going all in, right? It seems like we're going all in and we don't have to wait until the draft. We're not having to wait until the off season. They're putting these pieces in place as the season goes. Like they're playing chess. Defense has been different than the we like our guys typical definitely has been different than the we like our guys typical season. Right. Right, absolutely. I feel a little shift there. Again, I'm not gonna speak too soon, but I am noticing the change of we're gonna fix things now if we can. Thank you, Jessica. Dean with the comment of the season so far. Okay, ATN, sure. Bo Nix is the best. Go. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but someone says Bo Nix is the best QB from his class. That's great. But today we're talking about the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Cowboys and the Eagles. So we're talking about Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. Hi, Tony. If the O-line does their job, we run the table and we win out. Absolutely. And we have to stop. We got to stop the defense. We have to stop their defense. We have to shut their defense down. And their run game. Because you know they're going to run it. You know it. Are you going to be doing any more episodes of Boss Candy in the future? I don't know. Those were certainly fun. Those were really fun. Sorry, y'all. Cowboys gonna win. Okay, ATN says the Cowboys are gonna win. Should win the first time. Should have won the first time, but it won't matter. Cowboys definitely should have won the first time. Oh my gosh. That frustrated me so bad. But we're here. And hopefully they make up for it tomorrow. If the O-line, nice, or NYCE says, if the O-line does their job, we win the rest of our games. Goose says, do you think the NFC would beat the AFC in a legit Pro Bowl? What is a legit Pro Bowl? A lot of people are upset about the new way that the Pro Bowls have lined up. Yeah, but I'm going to rock with the Cowboys. I'm going to rock with the NFC East. The Eagles, Cowboys. Yeah, I feel like the NFC East is hungry this year. I feel like, I'm going to steal your word, dogs. We have some dogs in the NFC East. I'm excited about this matchup tomorrow. Haven't decided if I'm going to go to the game or not, but we'll see. I'm from Philly. Trust me, the city. ATN says, I'm from Philly. Trust me, the city thinks the Cowboys are going to win. Pretty much don't give a about this week. Eagles defending. West Philly says, Eagles defending Super Bowl champions and will blow out the Cowboys. Well, good luck with that. We have some Packers fans in here. I'm not reading that. This is about the Eagles and the Cowboys. I know y'all saw the thumbnail. And it's not Packers Nation because the Packers and the Cowboys had a tie game. I was there. It was a tie game, and the Cowboys should have won. But, I think in the heat of the moment, what with what all was going on, a tie may have been the best for both teams. Because things have gotten messy. Well, we're getting messy. All right, what do y'all think are some key things that the offense need to do tomorrow to secure a win? And then what are some key things that you think the defense needs to do? Well, obviously, you like something about the Cowboys because you're here on the Cowboys life. So maybe I have as much hope in them as you do. Protect Dak, okay? Definitely need to protect Dak. He says, protect Dak. Sorry, y'all. All right, what we need to watch from for Philly. Set the edges on defense. Definitely set the edges on defense. JV, yes, we're here. That's what I'm saying. If we can get to Philly and stop that run. Sorry, I'm trying to find this one little stat. Oh, you know what else we need to do? You know what else we need to do? There's the tush push. What are we going to do about the tush push? We definitely have to. It has to be a physical game tomorrow. We have to stop the short gains. We have to control the tempo. And we can't let them short gain their way to the end zone, the red zone, and get that push to that tush push in. NYCE says we're gonna beat the Eagles up. They don't even get along. If they can protect Dak, we went out. Yeah, I don't want to speak on the Eagles drama, but the Eagles have been laying it all out in the media. They have not bitten their tongues. Set the edges on defense. Agent Zero can spy Hurts. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. And how good does it feel to have Overshown back? I mean, I might just have a piece of cake tonight. That's how I feel about this game tomorrow. I feel like, I'm not going to say it's going to be a piece of cake, but we have all of our key pieces and we have some, it just Overshown. Keenan Williams, Pickens, Lamb. I mean, this is the best I felt about a season, in a while. No, I'm not crying. Lamb and Pickens need to go kick it tonight. Are you saying this because of the rumors in in Vegas? I love the 5-man front look we've got. And that's what we need to keep. Five-man front and keep a spy. Love it. Don't sleep on Smitty. I'm not. Referees need to start calling false start on that tushy pushy. For sure. The Eagles D-line is dang near unstoppable. That alone should make you rethink that cake. y'all think about that statement? But you said dang near unstoppable. That means that they can be stopped. We may actually have the players to stop the tush push with Q Will. We might. I think so. The way that guy was moving, he's a beast. That's a wall. That is a wall. Five-man front, keep a spy. Yeah. We have to control the momentum. I'm not even saying it correctly. Momentum. Watch the trenches, control the momentum. The Cowboys will be good. Eagles D-line allowed Javonte Williams to rush for over 100 yards week 1. Okay, JV is saying that the D-line isn't a problem. What do y'all think? Devonta Smith won the Heisman. Okay, good for him. That's college, right? But we're talking about right now. We're talking about tomorrow. Hello from Russia. You look very nice. Have a good mood. Thank you so much. Jalen squats over 600 pounds. Okay, GUXXIGOO. You're telling me all of these random historical facts about the Eagles. So I assume that you're getting to a point here. What is it? Cowboys were 1 of 6 drop balls from beating them week 1. That's it. That's all. We have to score. NYCE says we have to score early enough to make them have to pass Hurst. Sorry. We have to score early enough to make them have to pass. Hurst can't read coverage. That is true. That is true. That's where Keenan Williams comes into play, or some of our other guys. The push is only the effective situations. To stop the push, you have to stop 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Thank you. That's true. That's why I said we have to stop the short gains. I feel like that's where they get us. The short gains. Attacking the edges. We just gonna have to. It was week 1 after Super Bowl. Most champions do come out rusty week 1. Not to mention week 1 after the Super Bowl. It was not week 1 after the Super Bowl. When is the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen? In February. That's almost a half a year. Is it February, March, April, May, June, July? Sir, that's over 6 months later. If they need 6 months to recover, if they need 6 months to recover from the Super Bowl, then they won't be returning Super Bowl champions this year. Hate to say it. Actually, I don't. Jay Dennis says, wait, I'm an Eagles fan. Didn't know the Raiders winning, y'all hyped up. Yes. The Cowboys needed that. Don't be a hater. And y'all can't say the Cowboys' potential isn't there. All I'm going to say is let's watch tomorrow's game. The only... I just am looking for our defense to improve tomorrow. That's it. Last game was a nice game. And you want to talk about how, yes, the Raiders aren't the greatest team right now, and the Cowboys beat them. We're not really bragging about beating the Raiders. It's about what the team showed us. It was like a scrimmage without having to play an actual game. Sorry, no offense to the Raiders, but it was like a scrimmage showcasing, hey, we have a new player. We have Keenan Williams. We have Overshown back. Let's see what all of our pieces can do together without having to really, without the expense of anything. It's the Raiders game. It's the Raiders. So, yeah, I'm going to be excited about them beating the Raiders because I got to see a lot last week. Potential doesn't equal production. All right, so potential don't equal Jerry Jones. No, he's not. You must just be on here, Dennis. Have you not been listening to what we've been talking about? Who's your favorite college team? We'll get into that. If you go to the beginning of the video, I'll talk about it. It's not my favorite, but anyways, back to the Cowboys and Eagles. The Cowboys are going to have to take initiative early, win the trenches. They're going to have to stop Jalen Hurts, stop him from going downfield on those little short runs. I don't know why I say short. Protect the ball. Protect Dak Prescott. Protect our quarterback. Give him time to. Our O line is gonna have to step up tomorrow. They're gonna have to give him time to. Sorry, they're gonna have to give him time to pass the ball to CD or Pickens or Ferguson. And I love that we have those three options back there as well. Ferguson, Pickens, Lamb. If not, we have Malik Davis, Javonte Williams. So I'm confident in the Cowboys' ability to run the ball tomorrow. I feel like the passing game is going to be a little dependent on our offensive line and how well they protect and give Dak time in the pocket to, see his receivers, see his tight ends, and throw the ball. Not throw it into traffic, but make some good throws. And you know what? That's what I really like about George Pickens' style of play. George Pickens is a playmaker. CeeDee Lamb is a playmaker. I have, honestly, I watched mostly the Cowboys, so I had not seen a lot of George Pickens. George Pickens is evasive. He's a playmaker. And what I mean by that, you don't have to throw the ball directly to him. It doesn't have to be a perfect route, a perfect pass to where he's expected to be on the field. He's going to go up and get it. He's going to go over and get it. He's going to break away from defenders and get the ball or get into the end zone. I love that about his style of play. So that is exactly who we needed to complement our offense that we already have. The Cowboys need to lose for better picks. No, we don't. Okay, Dennis, since you want to get on here talking like that, who would you have the Cowboys get in this upcoming draft? What positions? JV says CeeDee Lamb dropped 6 passes week 1 and the Cowboys lost by 4. We are winning tomorrow. Cowboys most likely will dominate the Eagles. Yeah. And that was just a bad game for CeeDee. I would not look at that and take that as any indication of his skill set. CeeDee is a top receiver in the league. That's it. That's all. He is a top receiver. His skill set is up here. If not, he wouldn't be a Dallas Cowboy. Let's just be honest. And he wouldn't be wearing 88. So he's capable. That was just a bad game for him. It was. He said it. We saw it. That was just a bad game. Every player has their bad games. Y'all be nice. But the Eagles fans do love to chime in. A playmaker against losers. Where was he against Carolina, Arizona? MC is going to be okay. Just go outside for me. Find a patch of grass and touch it. Kansas is going to be an ugly grind out game. The first team to score 21 should win. The first team to score 21? So you think it's going to be a high scoring game tomorrow? It is going to be tough. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's going to be a walk in the park. But I'm saying that I'm way more confident in the Cowboys going into the game tomorrow versus at the beginning of the season. I'm confident in the players, their capabilities, but they have to go out there and give it their all. They have to go out and play at 100%. These next 3 games will be the test, absolutely. Name the player who showed up against the Cardinals and the Panthers. The picking spot makes no sense because they can't pay him $40 million. You don't know. What if somebody's willing to take a pay cut so that we can keep Pickens? I hate that we're having this conversation already. It kind of has been eased in, like, hey, would you like to stay in Dallas? And then here we go. This is how that big storm clouds just comes over Dallas. We can't finish the season without thinking, hey, can we keep George Pickens here? Let's enjoy the season right now, please. I don't want to think about it because we know how those contract negotiations go. They can pay GP3 what he wants. Ain't nobody about to take a pay cut, not a payout, a pay cut. Uh, it is the Eagles starting their conversation. Anybody going to the game tomorrow? Sorry, y'all. I have to remove someone. Thanks. Well, no, he's not. You came into here as a not even Cowboys or Eagles fan, and you're just talking. We're trying to talk about the game tomorrow, and you took it all the way left. All right, give me y'all's predictions. I'm about to sign out because I need to go study. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but I'm going to give it to the Cowboys. I'm not going to give a score prediction, but I'm going to give it to the Cowboys. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done. It was almost done the first the first game. So, I think that the Cowboys can do it. What sport are we talking about? It's 31. Dennis has 31 to 21 Eagles. How can I block this person? Like, please. JV says the Cowboys are winning big tomorrow. All right, we'll see. I'll probably be back on here tomorrow night post game, hopefully with a happy face that the Cowboys won. If not, we'll get in here and we'll see what we think the Cowboys need to do. But so far, I will say I think that the Cowboys have been trying to go a little more on that all-in slogan this season and trying to work out the kinks during the season to push us through, hopefully back into the playoff conversation. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to get out of here. Good night.